innings, giving up 1 run on a couple hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. So again, for the Braves, it's Hill, Shunk, Heim, English, Kiersey, Hicklin, Wisely, Azokar, Jarvis, and Elder on the mound. Now for the Tigers, managed by A.J. Hinch. He's going into his 6th season as the manager of the Tigers. Detroit has gone 2-5-3 this spring, and they'll lead it off with their center fielder, Parker Meadows. Batting second, catcher Jake Rogers. Hitting third, right fielder Matt Vierling. Batting cleanup for Detroit, left fielder Kerry Carpenter. Hitting fifth, designated hitter Dylan Dingler. Batting sixth, shortstop Trey Cruz. Hitting seventh, first baseman Eduardo Valencia. Batting eighth, third baseman Jace Young. Batting ninth, the second baseman John Peck. And on the mound, it's the left-hander Framber Valdez. Again, he comes over from Houston. And, of course, he had spent 8 seasons with the Astros, put together a good career there. 81-52, his career record. And a guy that the Braves have seen here and there over the years. So he's out there for Detroit and his new team for the first time. So, again, for the Tigers, it's Meadows, Rogers, Vierling, Carpenter, Dingler, Cruz, Valencia, Young, Peck, and Valdez. Braves will be coming out of the third base dugout wearing the navy blue tops, gray pants, red lettering, red numerals outlined in white. Atlanta across the chest on top of the red tomahawk. Then over there in the first base dugout, bright orange. The Tigers wearing their orange uniform tops, white pants, orange caps as well, navy lettering, navy numerals outlined in white, and their Old English D logo on the left chest of those bright orange uniforms.
Did you hear? Frontier is joining Verizon. To celebrate, we're launching our best internet offer ever. For a limited time, get 6 months of lightning-fast 100% fiber internet on us, up to 1 gig, when you bundle Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Visit your local Verizon store or verizon.com/welcome-frontier to switch. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, golden nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
ESPN is now the home of MLB.tv. If you have the ESPN Unlimited plan, you'll get a $15 discount on the 2026 seasonal MLB.tv package. And if you don't, no problem. When you sign up for MLB.tv, you'll receive a 1-month free trial of ESPN Unlimited. Cancel anytime without losing your MLB.tv access. Get in on the action at stream.espn.com/MLBTV.
ESPN Unlimited auto renews at $29.99 per month after free trial unless canceled. Blackouts and other terms apply.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhanced game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB.
For Detroit, Eduardo Valencia is at first base. John Peck is at second. Trey Cruz is the shortstop, and Jace Young is at third base. In the outfield for the Tigers, Kerry Carpenter in left, Parker Meadows in center, Matt Vierling in right field. Jake Rogers is the catcher, and as we mentioned, the 32-year-old left-hander Framber Valdez on the mound. He's 5'11", 230 pounds, and again, his first spring training start with his new team. Signed a 3-year deal with Detroit on February the 10th, and also a couple of option years on that as well. One a player option, and the other in 2028, or 2029, I should say, a mutual option for the player and the team. Twice he's been an all-star over his 8-year career, all those seasons with Houston prior. 188 career appearances in the big leagues, a record of 81-52 and a 3.36 ERA. He was on that Astros team that won the World Series in 2022. He pitched a no-hitter in 2023, and his path is an interesting one. He was signed by the Astros as a 21-year-old back in 2015. That's a little late for a guy who is an international player, but he didn't start pitching until he was 16 years old, and by the time that scouts finally looked at him, he threw 6 pitches for Astro scouts in the beams of car headlights as darkness fell, and those 6 pitches convinced them to bring them into the Dominican camp and to their academy, and that's how it all took off for him. So typically for these pitchers who are international players, you're thinking 16 years old, they're signing. You don't think of 21-year-olds, but it's been a success story for Valdez.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm guessing that's because of the one number that I'm looking at, 5'11", and he's listed at 230. He was probably 175 at that point. So 5'11", 175. Doesn't jump off the page. Probably wasn't throwing as hard as he is now. But he certainly figured it out. He's one of the most efficient pitchers in the league. Keeps the ball on the ground, has a good number of strikeouts, and gets deep in the game, which is it's a fading art form in today's game. It's guys just trying to throw 5 and dive, and he takes pride in getting deep into that ball game.
You mentioned we'll see lots of sinkers out of him. What else will these Braves hitters see from Framber Valdez?
Yeah, it's the sinker curveball combination is what they're going to see the most of. And he'll also throw a changeup, mostly to righties, and an occasional slider and four-seamer. But it's no secret how he's going to get you out. It's just he's so good at executing his game plan down in the zone.
He'll be facing John Hill, Aaron Schunk, and Jonah Heim here in the top of the first inning. Wind really picks up around 15 miles an hour, blowing straight in from the deepest part of the yard, 420 in deep center field. John Hill climbing into the right-hand batter's box. He is ready. So is the left-hander Valdez. And now for the ball game. The first pitch dribbled foul and rolls back behind the Old English D painted on the grass, is back to the batter's circle. Game starting a little bit late today at 1:09, 12:09 Central. And great to have you with us for Grapefruit League game number 11 for the Braves. 20 left to be played down here after today's action. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Valdez finds his zone there with a 94-mile-an-hour sinker. And make it an 0-2 count on John Hill. Braves are trailing 2-1 yesterday in the 9th inning versus the Twins. And Hill hit a home run to tie the game. That game ended in a tie. Hill with a funny swing there, fouls off that curveball, and still an 0-2 count now on Hill. This is the final meeting between these two teams this spring. Braves beat the Tigers last week down in Northport. 0-2 pitch from the lefty. Curveball missed a little bit low. 1-2 on John Hill. Hill trying to reach as he leads it off for the Braves. They're in the top of the first inning. 1-2 pitch fouled off. Yeah, the second and final meeting between the Braves and the Tigers. Braves beat the Tigers 8-1 last Tuesday. And the Braves will see the Tigers pretty early in the regular season as the Tigers come to Atlanta the end of April. That'll be April 28th through the 30th. 1-2 on John Hill as he leads it off for the Braves in the top of the first inning. 1-2 pitch, ground ball out to second. Up with it, John Peck. He's got it, throws over to first base for the out. So it turns into an out, but for a 19-year-old, pretty nice job of seeing a pretty good amount of pitches and bringing a scouting report back to the dugout.
Yeah, that 0-2 curveball from Valdez was a tough one. You could see Hill was badly fooled, but still got enough wood on it to foul it off, extend the at-bat. Again, a little bit fooled by that last pitch, but got enough lumber on it to hit it hard second base. Really nice play by John Peck out there.
One out for Aaron Schunk. High Navy socks up to the knees, holds the bat high. First pitch curveball misses high. Braves swept the Tigers in Detroit last September. That was in the midst of a Tigers 8-game losing streak in the final month of the season. That cost them the division championship. They ended up as a wild card team. 1-0 pitch on the way to Aaron Schunk. And a swing and a miss at a curveball. Guardians won the division last year, but the Tigers took out the Guardians in the postseason. And then the Tigers were eliminated by the Mariners in what was a terrific division series. And the Tigers trying to build on that, go further this season. 1-1 to Schunk. Strike on the inside corner.
You mentioned Valdez, 8-year veteran. now in his 9th season.
This call is going to be challenged by the hitter, Aaron Schunk. And watching the replay, that is a strike.
You're saying, you mentioned a lot of Valdez's accolades. He's been the All-Star team twice, pitched in the World Series, but he's doing something here that he hasn't done in a long time, and that's pitching for a new team. And there's some unique challenges that come with that from a player's perspective that you don't always think about.
Wind up in the 1-2 to Schunk. That'll be fouled off by the Braves dugout. What's that like, especially the first start for him today with his new team?
Yeah, I always felt like, and it was silly, even at the end of my career when I'd already established myself and knew I belonged here, I always wanted to impress my new team my first outing. I wanted to show them, okay, this is what you got, this is why you brought me in. And you really wanted to be at your best in the beginning. And he hasn't done it. He's been with the Astros for 8 seasons, so he hasn't done that in a long time.
Wind up in the 1-2 pitch. And Schunk with a weak roller to third base, charging Young. Gloves at the edge of the grass, fires over. That's too late. Soft roller up the line at third, right on the grass softly, and Schunk beats it out for an infield single. So some weak contact, but that turns into a knock, and that brings Jonah Heim to the plate.
And one other thing to consider with Valdez is expectations. $35 million a year, that's a lot of dough. So with that kind of pay, becomes big expectations. And you know, they don't bring you in here for that kind of money expecting you to be a fifth starter, an innings eater.
That's right. They want him to be right up there with Skubal as their top 2 pitchers. There's a ball inside. They've got the ace part figured out. I mean, top of the rotation's in good shape for Detroit. And Skubal has won the last 2 Cy Young awards, but they're looking for a little bit more depth in the rotation and hoping that Framber Valdez can bring that. No score, top of the first inning. Pitch on the way to Heim. That'll be fouled off. Got a piece of a curveball. Alongside Darren O'Day, Ben Ingram here with you. No score in the top of the first. Runner at first, 1 out for Jonah Heim. These are 2 guys who should be familiar with each other. Talking about Valdez, formerly with the Astros, and Heim, formerly with the Rangers. 1-1 pitch. Heim with a fly ball towards center field. Meadows going to come in, shading his eyes, also has the sunglasses on, makes a 2-handed squeeze and 2 down. That'll put it all in the hands of Tristan English here in the first inning for the Braves. English, a guy who made the big leagues last season with Arizona. He played 7 games with the Diamondbacks. He's a Georgia boy out of Pike County High School, went to Georgia Tech. Former 3rd-round choice of the Diamondbacks in 2019. English takes a ball inside. They list him at 6'2", 210. Went 2 for 22 in his 7 big league games a year ago, and he's hitting .250 this spring. Runner at first base, Schunk, has a pretty good lead over there, held by Valencia. Valdez to the plate, line drive in the air to left field, in line with it, Kerry Carpenter makes a leaping grab, and that's out number 3. Braves get a 1-out single, nothing more. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We played a half an inning. Braves nothing, and the Tigers coming up when we come back.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Plus everyday savings that really add up.
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Into the bottom of the first inning here in Lakeland, Florida. Spring training home of the Tigers. Publix Field, Joker Marchant Stadium. They've been training here every spring for a long time. In fact, the Tigers have been down here since 1934. They've had lots of additions and renovations to this stadium that opened in the mid-'60s, but done a nice job of this place. Big crowd today, and the Tigers coming to the plate for the first time. It'll be Meadows, Rogers, and Vierling facing Bryce Elder. Bryce Elder, 6'2", 220, the right-hander from Decatur, Texas, just northwest of Dallas. 26 years old. He's made one start this spring. That was against the Pirates last Wednesday. 2 innings, 1 run, couple hits. No walks and 3 strikeouts. First pitch to Parker Meadows. Little nubber right out in front of the plate. Pouncing on it now, Jonah Heim sends a good throw down to first base in time for the out. Nice arm by Jonah. Didn't panic on that play. That was out there on the grass in front of the batter's circle. 1 pitch and 1 down. We can see a lot of swings just like that today by Tiger hitters versus Elder.
Yeah, absolutely. When Bryce is in the zone with that sinker and it's moving as he expects it to be, he's really tough. And you're going to see a lot of weak ground balls, little tappers like that. Hopefully we have a good defense on the field to be able to take advantage of that.
1 out for Jake Rogers. First pitch in for a called strike. Elder, sinker, slider, his 2 favorite weapons. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a ball low. I'm always fascinated to hear you talk about the sinker with that day's weather. And more in particular, the wind pattern for that day. And I know that you've described before about how it's good for sinker ball pitchers, as there's a ball low, to have a slight breeze in their face. Today it's coming from over Bryce's shoulder. How does that affect the sinker by Bryce?
Yeah, he might lose a little bit of movement from that wind at his back.
2-1 pitch. Misses low, 3-1.
And that being said, less movement makes it easier to control. But for a guy like Bryce that has both horizontal and vertical movement, he's just going to have to pick a different starting point. So if you're trying to throw it into a righty, start it just a touch more in.
3-1 pitch. Line drive into center, down for a base hit. And that puts Jake Rogers aboard. 1 out single for him. And now Matt Vierling to the plate.
Last year in September, we sat down and looked at some numbers, and I found what I thought was a pretty strong correlation with Bryce Elder's pitching success in cooler weather. More dense air makes the ball sink more, makes it move more, and when it gets really hot, he even told me himself his ball just doesn't move as much, so it makes it a little bit more challenging for him to get outs.
First pitch to Vierling. There's a called strike. So it stands to reason that one of the best outings he would have had last season, that outing in San Francisco, because the weather that day is exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. Cool, breezy. Yeah, I can't remember which way the wind was blowing that day, but he certainly was impressive.
0-1, a chase and a miss. Went down and away from him with a slider. And an 0-2 count on Vierling. Here's the leather for Atlanta. Tristan English is at first base. Aaron Shuck is at second. Jim Jarvis, the shortstop, and Brett Wisely at third base. Left to right in the outfield, Brewer Hicklin, Jose Azocar, and Deshaun Kiersey. Jonah Heim, the catcher. Bryce Elder, the right-hander, on the mound. Elder, 4 seasons in the big leagues. This will be his 5th. 0-2 to Vierling. Chopper out to third. That is just foul, right outside the bag. Just missed grazing the bag. Would have been a tough play for Wisely, but he was on it. And an 0-2 count on Vierling. For Elder, in his 4 seasons in the big leagues, 79 appearances, 24 wins, 24 losses, and a .458 ERA. And like Darren mentioned earlier, he led the team in innings and wins last year. Went 8-11 with a .530 ERA through 28 starts. Elder fires. That'll be fouled off. Last season, he pitched 156 in a third innings. And unfortunately, that led the team, as you recall, so many injuries last season to members of the rotation. No score in the first. 0-2 pitch. Where was that? Looked like a good pitch. No challenge. Must have been a little bit down with a sinker and a 1-2 count. After Vierling, it's Kerry Carpenter. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first inning. Elder set right of the belt. Good lead at first base by Rogers. Gets the attention of Elder, who fires over, and Rogers back in standing.
That's the rare pickoff with a catcher running at first base. I think that was more of a mental reset for Bryce.
Set at the belt. 1-2. In the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Elder, an all-star in 2023. Trying to get back to that form. He was really strong down the stretch last year, especially late in the year. 2-2. Low and outside, 3-2. His best month last season was the month of September. He posted a 3.13 ERA, and that was his lowest ERA for any month. Really struggled in June. He was 0-3 that month with an ERA over 8. 3-2. Ground ball to short. Could be 2. Jarvis sends it over to first base. They get the 1 out. Jake Rogers went into second base. Never even got a throw. And it's a 6-3 putout.
Yeah, you mentioned June being his worst month, September being his best. And you already mentioned the correlation with the temperature. Remember that conversation with Bryce? He was saying that he was talking to other sinker ball guys from across the league, and they were saying at Truist, their ball just doesn't move like it does at other places. Fans might not recognize that Truist is actually the 3rd highest elevation ballpark in the league.
There's a called strike on Kerry Carpenter.
And I'll be honest, I never noticed anything playing there of the ball moving less, but he's commiserated with other guys around the league that pitch like him, and they all think it's true.
Well, the numbers back that up for his home road splits a year ago. Well, one from Elder in the air down the left field line, slicing towards the seats. And that becomes a foul ball down on the berm. Last season at home, Elder went 3-6 with a 6.55 ERA. On the road, 5-5, 4.08 ERA. So the ERA is very different home and road last year.
Yeah, and that road ERA also has some blow-up games in it, too. So he was, for a while there, he was our most consistent starter, getting the deepest into the game. There's a guy named Chris Sale who's pretty good, too. But there at the end of the year, Bryce was really, really good.
Tell you what really jumps off the page is the walks and the strikeouts in the home road splits. 0-2 low and inside. Snap throw down to second, and they got him. Jake Rogers caught napping out there, and Jonah Heim sent a throw all the way down and nailed him. And they pick off Jake Rogers 2-6 on that putout, and that ends the bottom of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, none left. We played 1. We go to the top of the second. No score.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success.
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB.
7-8 years in terms of facilities and workout complexes and backfields and things like that for the players. Deshaun Kiersey will swing and send one foul. And you'd probably say they have to, because as spring training has evolved, so many of these teams have chosen a coast and gone to either the East or West Coast. This is the only centrally located team, as they're right here in Lakeland. And it's a pretty good haul for any road trip that they have. Kiersey takes the ball a little bit low. I'd say their closest opponent would probably be the Yankees. And you're fighting the Tampa traffic. That's still probably an hour or so.
Yeah, these Detroit veterans probably don't enjoy going on the road all that much. Luckily, they have a very nice home facility here.
1-1 to Kiersey. And Valdez misses low with a curveball. That was one of the motivations for the Braves to leave Disney World, among other things, as we were about 30 minutes up the road from here. But to travel much better now for the Braves in Northport as opposed to what it used to be outside of Orlando. 2-1 pitch, check swing, dribbler fouled on the third baseline.
Now, you said the Tigers started training here in Lakeland in '34. I looked up the roster. It includes some legends like Hank Greenberg and Schoolboy Rowe and a guy named Flea Clifton, who I've never heard of, but names were much cooler back then.
Flea Clifton.
Flea.
Charlie Gehringer. Some of those old Tigers. There's the 2-2 pitch. Wave and a miss. Got him swinging. First strikeout of the day for Framber Valdez.
Yeah, that Valdez curveball, if you've watched him pitch, he's very smooth, very nonchalant. And it's really good stuff with a very calm act. So it kind of rocks you to sleep. And then that sinker is just so hard and in on a lefty's hands. The curveball is just so hard to adjust to as well.
Bat in the hands of Brewer Hicklin. No score, top of the second. Hicklin's going to squib one to the right side under the glove of the lunging Eduardo Valencia at first base, and a base hit into right field. Well, he had English all over that thing as it squibbed off the end of the bat, and that'll be a single for Brewer Hicklin. Second hit of the day for the Braves. Here comes Brett Wisely. You mentioned some of those legendary Tigers. They have all their retired numbers on that facility beyond the right field wall. And Hank Greenberg's number 5 is up there. A lot of history with this facility, that's for sure. Brett Wisely, the batter. Left-hander Valdez comes set right at the belly, kicks and fires to Brett Wisely. And a first pitch strike. Opening day, 25 days from today as we continue the countdown. World Baseball Classic starts in 2 days. WBC will run until the 17th, if I'm not mistaken. There's a pickoff over to first base, back in standing Hicklin. So that tournament starts March 4th and runs through the 17th.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch. You know, I love it. Whenever we get to see it, it's always a great change from spring training ball.
There goes the runner. 0-1 swung on, miss. Throw down by Rogers. Head first slide is into center field. Staying put at second base, Brewer Hicklin. Had a good jump out there and beats the throw by Jake Rogers and a stolen base. So the Braves have a runner in scoring position and an 0-2 count on Brett Wisely. Yeah, I love the WBC because it really gets your juices flowing when it comes to spring training, because you're just used to these games that don't mean anything. Then all of a sudden, here are these games with seemingly everything on the line.
Yes.
Teams playing for their countries and pride. Makes for some really good baseball and a good tournament. 0-2 to Wisely. Low and outside with a curveball.
Yeah, the only way I wish that they could make that tournament better is if it happened midsummer. If it happened just like they did in the Olympics with the hockey players recently, the guys are at full speed. I think you would get more players competing in that for their countries, especially United States players, than at this time.
Now time call. Rogers wants to trot out there. How do you think that would go over with the league stopping for a week and a half, 2 weeks?
I think the only way to do it would be You'd have to reduce the number of games that year, which throws off all the counting stats, or start early. But with it being an outdoor sport, there's a lot of challenges there, especially at the northern latitude cities. The league's going to have to get its money. It's not going to absorb the revenue loss, so they would have to be kind of bought into that. But that's really the only improvement to that tournament that I can see, is getting more participation from some of the bigger countries. Dominican does a good job. Japan does a good job. The United States, not as good of a job.
Ball and 2 strikes on Wisely. Valdez brings it. Wisely sends it foul by the Tigers dugout. It begs the question, okay, when would be a better time? And I just don't know that you come up with an answer that works for everybody outside of during spring training.
Mm-hmm.
No score, top of the second. Brewer Hicklin takes a lead at second base. And the 1-2 on the way to Brett Wisely. Outside with a curve. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Braves have a day off tomorrow. Tomorrow will be our first day off since games started on February 21st. And then the next off day will be the 19th of March. And then you'll have opening day a little bit more than a week from there. Getting there day by day. 2-2 pitch in for a called third strike. Fastball 95. Second strikeout by Valdez. Both have come this inning. It's now up to Jose Azocar. At this point, Braves have been doing a lot of winning down at spring training. 10 games played, 7 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. That'll be fouled off by Azocar.
If you're going to play him, might as well try to win him.
Got a scoreboard for a reason.
Yeah, there's no Grapefruit League trophy, but might as well try to win as many as you can.
Base hit would give the Braves the early lead, most likely. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Azocar bounces one foul on the third base line.
We used to have a lot of fun in spring training. Some of the guys, say like you're a utility guy on a team, you're going to get a lot of playing time here in the Grapefruit League. And my good friend Ryan Flaherty, who's a utility guy, we used to call him the Grapefruit League batting champ every year. He got so many at-bats.
2 pitch inside.
And during the season, maybe you're not the top-tier guy in the major leagues, you're not the best hitter in major leagues, but you're better than the AAA guys. So you can feast on some of these young pitchers at end of games, and you'll see guys with 7 or 8 home runs in a spring, and then they go in the season and have 3 the whole year.
There's the 1-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss over the top of a curveball. Valdez strikes out 3 of the 4 batters that he faces here in the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the second, no score.
The Braves and Harris Cherokee Casinos want to give you the spring training trip of a lifetime. Enter now for a shot to win the spring training trip jackpot presented by Harris Cherokee Casinos. Just visit Braves.com/Harris before March 5th, and you'll be in the running for a trip for 2 to Northport, Florida. You and a guest will win round-trip airfare.
Did you hear? Frontier is joining Verizon. To celebrate, we're launching our best internet offer ever. For a limited time, get 6 months of lightning-fast 100% fiber internet on us, up to 1 gig, when you bundle Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Visit your local Verizon store or verizon.com/welcome-frontier to switch. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
In a race that lots of folks thought was over come mid-July. There's a ball low and outside, but Cleveland hung in there. Detroit scuffled in September of that 8-game losing streak. There's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Kerry Carpenter. That misses outside 2-0. So the Tigers were that close to ending their division championship drought. They haven't won a division championship since 2014. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Carpenter takes a ball outside. So that's an 11-year division championship drought for the Tigers, but that isn't anywhere close to the longest active division championship drought in Major League Baseball. 3-0 pitch in for a called strike. You actually have three teams tied for that dubious honor.
You're going to ask me, aren't you?
If you want to stab at it, I'll let you. I mean, you got three choices. 3-1 pitch, that'll be fouled back. Take a hack at it. See if you can give me one of those three.
Marlins?
Marlins are one of them.
Angels been a while.
Has been a while, but they're not leading the way with these other two. Yeah. 3-2 on Kerry Carpenter. Here's the pitch from Elder. Flipped foul into the rooftop down the third base line. I'll give you one clue. One of these two teams was also an expansion team with the Marlins.
Yeah, Diamondbacks?
No, they were a little bit later. They came in with the Rays.
Oh.
3-2. Whipped in the air to right center field, down for a base hit. Turned around a sinker. Big turnaround first base for Kerry Carpenter. And he'll hold right there. Leadoff single for him.
Man, I've killed a lot of brain cells, and my baseball history isn't... It was in one of those cells that has since passed on.
This would be the Rockies.
See, I thought the Rockies won some there.
So the Rockies,
Tulowitzki and those guys,
they won a wild card and won a pennant, but they never won a division.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
No score, bottom of the second. Runner at first base. No one out, ball outside. Yeah, the Rockies and the Marlins have actually never won a division title. And which is bizarre because the Marlins have won 2 World Series.
Yep.
But they win it as wild card teams. There's a called strike on Dylan Dingler. The Rockies and Marlins have never won a division title. Meanwhile, for the Pirates, it's a 33-year drought for them. So the three teams tied for the longest division championship droughts, Marlins, Rockies, and the Pirates. Diving stop at short by Jarvis to second. They get one. They fling it to first and get 2. That's a magnificent diving play by Jim Jarvis. Got his uniform dirty. Full extension to his left. Snow coned it on the dirt. And then got it to Shunk and then English for the 6-4-3 double play.
Yeah, incredible play there. That looked like that was going to be 0 outs, Scott. And excellent play by Jim Jarvis. Turns it into 2. We talked about Elder keeping the ball on the ground and how important his infield defense is. So Jim Jarvis certainly answered the call there.
Doing it against his former team. 2 down for Trey Cruz. And he takes a big swing and a miss at a first pitch sinker. No score, bottom of the second. Cruz, the switch hitting shortstop, batting from the left side against the righty Elder. 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. This will be Elder's 30th pitch. And the ball high, 2-1. By the way, one more nugget on the Pirates, who've been 33 years without a division title. The last time they won the division, they were still in the NL East. They've never won the division that they're currently in. 2-1 pitch, very funny swing. Went after that pitch and missed it, 2-2.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in myself. I didn't think of the Pirates.
That's all right. 19-year division championship drought for the Padres, 14 years for the Diamondbacks, 13 years for the Reds, and then 11 years for these Tigers. 2-2 pitch. Cruz with a ground ball to the right side, sliding into shallow right. Shunk from a knee. Throws over to Tristan English for the out. Boy, some great leather that inning for the Braves, especially up the middle with Jarvis and Shunk. Some great defensive gems right up the middle. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, none left. We played 2. We go to the top of the third. No score.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon.
Did you hear? Frontier is joining Verizon. To celebrate, we're launching our best internet offer ever. For a limited time, get 6 months of lightning-fast 100% fiber internet on us, up to 1 gig, when you bundle Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Visit your local Verizon store or verizon.com/welcome-frontier to switch. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hi, I'm Venus, and I am a real client of My 25% Lawyer. I was in a total wreck where someone hit me head on. It left me feeling hurt physically, mentally, and financially. Eventually, I spoke to a personal friend, and they asked if I had tried My 25% Lawyer. My experience with My 25% Lawyer was so much different than with the other attorneys. Oh, my word. Here's the amazing part about My 25% Lawyer. They did not try to hype me at all. This made it very easy. I got enough of a settlement to be able to handle my medical bills, to recoup the money that I had lost from lost wages and other business ventures, and to be able to give me a nice little start to 2025. They did look out for me, and I can tell you that with other attorneys, they would have gotten more than what I got. The family at My 25% Lawyer, God forbid anybody needs an attorney, I would definitely refer them to My 25% Attorney. They made it easy for me, and they got me my money.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhanced game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
Made a terrific defensive play in the bottom of the second inning. Jarvis, originally drafted by the Tigers. And he had spent the last several seasons in their organization, 3 seasons in their organization. Jim Jarvis, left-handed hitter, takes a called strike. Jarvis, out of the University of Alabama. He went to high school in San Diego. Ended up playing college ball in Tuscaloosa. There's the 0-1 pitch all the way from Framber Valdez. And a swing and a miss by Jim Jarvis. Jarvis has 2 brothers, both in professional baseball. One in the Marlins organization, one in the Pirates organization. There's the 0-2 pitch on the way to Jarvis. And he'll slap one out to first base. That'll be booted out there by Eduardo Valencia. Right off of his knee. Jarvis motoring around first base as it goes into right field. He's in there standing. That'll be an E3 and a painful one for Valencia as he took that off the inside of his left knee and it carried him all the way out into right center field.
I think booted might be my favorite term for an error. I mean, that was literally booted. Looked like an easy, unassisted ground out. Might have gotten a funny hop there for Valencia.
Well, it's bad enough if you mishandle it, but when it caroms off your body and ends up in the outfield, that's really booted.
Yeah.
That's a golden boot to get it out there. So Jarvis on the E3 is at second base. There's a ball low and outside. Action in the Tigers bullpen. They have the right-hander Casey Mize up and tossing. John Hill awaits the 1-0 pitch. Pitch to Hill. Ground ball out to short. Up with it now is Cruz. His only play is to first base. Gets the out. Advancing over to third base, Jarvis. So he advances the runner on a 6-3 put out. And one down here in the third inning.
Some bold base running there by Jim Jarvis. Goes against the traditional rule. If the ground ball is at you or to your right as a runner on second base, you're going to stay put. But, he got a good break on it and obviously has some pretty good wheels. So now a sacrifice fly will score him.
Infield in for Aaron Schunk, who can put the Braves on the board here in the top of the third inning. First pitch to Schunk, slow curve, misses outside. Framber Valdez in his third inning of work. This is the 11th batter he has faced. And again, this is his first outing of the spring with his new team, Detroit. Schunk 1 for 1 with a single. It was a slow infield single earlier. That was back in the first inning. That'll be swung on and fouled off. Yeah, he had a slow roller that just about came to die on the grass up the third baseline. Chase Young fielded it. By the time he sent it over, it was far too late. But with the infield in, Schunk just looking for some contact, find a hole, and put the Braves on the board. 1-1 pitch. Chopper to short. Freezing in his tracks is Jarvis at third. Cruz has got it, sends it over to first for the out. 6-3 put out. Cruz barely had to move his feet. That hopped right to him. So Jarvis still at third for Jonah Heim. And the Braves need a 2-out base hit to score the game's first run. Wind still blowing in from right center field, 12 to 15 miles an hour. Here it is to Heim. That misses low. We discussed this earlier. It's a very deep ballpark. It's even deeper today with that wind coming in. 340 down the lines, 420 to straightaway center. Heim batting from the right side against the southpaw. Here it comes. Takes a ball low, 2 balls and no strikes.
You can understand why they did that down here. You don't want to get these Tigers hitters too excited, and then they go north of Detroit and then just get their hopes and dreams crushed by that huge yard as well.
Great point. Hitters count for Heim. 2-0 pitch. Swinging a grounder out to third, giving ground and gloving. Chase Young gathers and fires in time for the out. And Jarvis left stranded at third. So the Tigers aren't punished with that error. No runs, 1 hit. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left aboard. We played 2.5 innings. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score.
When it comes to shipping, Saia Freight and Logistics delivers a grand slam. As the exclusive freight and logistics partner of the Atlanta Braves, Saia provides comprehensive nationwide service focused on customer satisfaction. For over a century, Saia has delivered the smart solutions and reliable shipping.
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Let's go! Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
Because I've got 3 different ones that I frequent. Line shot through the left side between Wisely and Jarvis. Brewer Hicklin sends it in from left field. And a leadoff single by Valencia. Because I go to Whole Foods, I go to Kroger's and Publix. And, they all serve 3 different purposes for me because I go to them pretty frequently.
Okay.
But I do like Publix a lot.
So I grew up in Florida, and Publix is a religion down here. Obviously, corporate headquarters here in Lakeland, Florida.
There's a ball low. You can see a Publix about every 100 yards down here.
Yeah. I'd have to say it's one for me.
It's up there at the top, huh?
And I think it was that indoctrination as a young child, spending a lot of my after-school hours with my mom, shopping in the store and just waiting on my free sugar cookie at the bakery. Little Darren was hungry.
1-0 pitch. That'll miss outside. See, we didn't have any of those where I grew up. We had Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, the pig.
We had Sunflower. And we had Jitney Jungle.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Chopper to first, backhanded by English. Guns to second, there's one. Jarvis back to first, double play. That is slick. Turned very quickly, and the Braves with their second double play turn to this game.
Yeah, some nice glove work there by Tristan English. You don't see a lot of those 3.63s happen, especially with Matt Olson's limited range. He hung me out to dry my last year playing. I had to cover first. Almost killed myself.
I remember that. Here's John Peck. I don't miss low.
We still have fun with that play.
How have we not gotten the photo of you laying on the ground to be your official photo on all your media credentials? That'd be beautiful. 1-0 swing on miss by Peck.
I think Tristan English might be my new favorite first baseman. He got back to the bag. It's common courtesy if you can do that for your pitcher.
Bryce Elder looking to face the minimum for the 3rd straight inning. 1-1. Big swing and a miss by Peck. No score, bottom of the 3rd. Be a good time for Elder's first strikeout of the game. Peers over the top of a tan glove. 1-2 pitch to the plate. A little bit low and outside. Yeah, growing up, the Jitney Jungle had the good buffet. And we'd go there after senior. You had early dismissal senior year. Straight to Jitney Jungle. Corn nuggets, meatloaf, all that stuff.
So good old Southern food.
It was terrific, yeah.
Okay.
Elder's 41st pitch of the game. Struck him out looking. Beautiful pitch. Went low and away with a sinker. His first strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. More good defense for the Braves. They're off to the top of the 4th. No score.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share.
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, golden nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free forever to learn more.
2 hits, 3 strikeouts, so a very successful team and season debut for him. On to relieve him, another Tigers starter, Casey Mize. He made 28 starts for the big league club last year, going 14-6 with a pretty good 3.87 ERA. Mize was the very first pick of the 2018 draft out of Auburn. And Mize has already seen action this spring. On the 25th, he faced Toronto, 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 walks with a strikeout. So we'll likely see him for 3 or more innings here today.
Tristan English up to the plate. OU station ID. We'll get to that in just a moment. English, Kiersey, and Hicklin for the Braves here in the top of the 4th. Right-hander Mize. Ball in a black glove right in front of the D on the left chest of his orange uniform. Here's the first pitch to Tristan English. Outside. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Atlanta Braves spring training is live on WIFN Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station, 1340 and 103.7 FM.
1-0 to English. Fouled back our way onto the rooftop. Tomas Nido has taken over behind the plate for Jake Rogers. So they change out the battery altogether, pitcher and catcher.
Second base, 82, Max Anderson.
Max Anderson, the new second baseman. Reach and a miss by English.
The line for Detroit starter Framber Valdez.
And that looks like all the changes. Max Anderson at second, Tomas Nido, the catcher, and Casey Mize on the mound. All right, so a 1-2 count on Tristan English. 0 for 1 with a fly out. And he'll swing and miss here at strike 3. Good breaking ball that time out of Mize. One out for Deshaun Kiersey. He'll take a first pitch strike. Seen a good bit of Kiersey over the course of spring training. Left-handed hitter all the way. Takes the ball high and outside. Kiersey, 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. We've seen him in spring trainings in years past with the Twins. And he reached the big leagues last season, 74 games with the Twins. 1-1 a strike on the outside corner. Deshaun Kiersey. Played his college ball at the University of Utah. Former 4th-round pick of the Twins in 2018. 1-2, missed a little bit low. Kiersey struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Bases empty, 1 out. No score in the top of the 4th inning. 2-2 from Mize. And he tops that one foul on the first base line. Still a 2-2 count on Deshaun Kiersey. Alongside Darren O'Day, Ben Ingram here with you. Spring training game number 11 for the Braves, and 20 left to be played after today. 2-2 on Kiersey. Grips the bat with bright white batting gloves. 2-2 from Mize. Up and in, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, Ben, you were talking to me yesterday about what spring training was like as a veteran player. It just flashed in my mind that some of the guys are probably on their 5th or 6th hole right now.
Check swing, he went for strike 3. Yeah, the guys who didn't make the trip.
Yep. Yeah, I saw them out there early this morning getting their workout in, getting their work done, and days like this where you don't have to travel. If your family's here, it's a great day to get out and go to the beach, or if they're not here, you get out and hit the links with the boys. I'm not going to lie, I might be a touch jealous of them.
What I was going to say is now you're a broadcaster, swinging a miss at a high fastball. So you got to grind with us.
That's right, buddy.
You're grinding with Jonathan and myself.
Yeah, in the broom closet.
Yep. No score here in the 4th. Hicklin 0 for 1. Correction, 1 for 1 with a single, I should say. That'll be fouled back and an 0-2 count on him. All right, take me through. We hear this all the time. When guys aren't traveling, say the team's on the road like today, and the guys who aren't on the trip, they got to go get their work in. What does that mean? What are they going to do on the days where they're not playing and they're getting their work in and they can go play golf or whatever? That'll miss low and inside, 1-2.
Well, it depends on your position. I saw Austin Riley and Matt Olson today throwing med balls, getting their workout in, probably getting a lift in. Especially great day to do it here today.
1-2, slowly rolled up the third base line, charging Young, gloves, transfers, fires, bang, bang, got him. That's a nice play by Jace Young. And the Braves go down 1-2-3 for the first time in the game. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning, no score.
Jeff Francoeur here to talk with you about your car insurance. You got to have it, so you might as well work with a company you can feel good about. As a farmer, I know the value in buying local and eating local. Partnering with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is an investment in your community and in our access to food grown in Georgia. Because they're local, the service and response time is excellent.
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free forever to learn more.
Defense and a pickoff by his catcher Jonah Heim got him out of there working very efficiently. So 3 innings, 3 hits, and 1 strikeout for Bryce. On to relieve him, big lefty Joey Wentz, 28-year-old out of Lawrence, Kansas. Pitched for the Braves last year, making 13 starts, 64 innings pitched, 68 hits. Was pressed into duty after a rash of injuries to the Braves starting rotation. He started pitch once this spring, looked pretty good. We discussed earlier today. Added a new pitch to his arsenal, maybe a little sinker to work on these lefties. Let's see if Parker Meadows sees one here.
24 strikes.
Facing the top of the Tiger order, no score here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Pitch on the way from Wentz. First pitch called strike. Wentz was a Tiger at one point. He was originally drafted by the Braves back in 2016, but the Braves traded him 3 years later to the Tigers for Shane Green. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Parker Meadows. In for a strike. So when Joey finally made his debut, it was as a Tiger in 2022. So spent a few seasons there. Selected off waivers by the Pirates in 2024. Selected off of waivers by the Twins a year ago. Then selected off waivers by the Braves last year. And in camp with the Braves here in 2026. 0-2 to Meadows. Goodbye. Swung on, missed at a fastball. Coming in at 96.
Ooh. You know, Wentz was a competitive balance pick of the Braves. He was a big prospect, and some guys' journeys look a little different. I was impressed with what Wentz showed us last year. He was a different pitcher the second half of the season with the Braves. Might have run out of gas a touch there, but he certainly is an intriguing prospect for the Braves.
One down for Jake Rogers. Rogers, right-handed hitter, takes a ball low. How much of that was the Braves using him as a starter because he had always been a reliever in his career?
Talking to Joey, the biggest thing for him last year was an adjustment he made on his cutter grip, which actually turned it into a slider.
1-0 from Wentz. Ripped down the left field line, foul.
And I call it a journey because, you know, Joey picked up that tip from the bullpen coach in Minnesota, I believe, and didn't even pitch well for Minnesota.
He was there for 1 month.
Right. And he gets to the Braves, and he reels off some pretty good starts. He gets some good lineups and kind of puts himself back on the map. There's not a lot of lefties throwing 96 with 7 feet of extension.
1 ball, 1 strike. Wentz fires. Bounce that up there. 2 balls and a strike.
So Joey's a guy you could see filling in the starting rotation if needed. He could be a long guy in the bullpen, or he could go to AAA Gwinnett and just be ready for his call to be one of the 5 starters. Or potentially the Braves could carry 6 out of spring. We just don't know.
Right. No score in the 4th. 2-1 is high. 3 balls and a strike on Rogers.
But I will say,
rather Nito, I should say.
The way he pitches, I'm really excited about this sinker because the way his hand's orientated with the ball, everything for him cuts away from lefties.
3-1, low and in ball 4. First walk of the game.
If you put yourself in the left-handed batter's box and you know Wentz, everything he throws is going to move away from you, you can kind of keyhole location. Well, now he's added that sinker, and it gives you something else to contend with. A sinker running in on your hands as a lefty is very uncomfortable. So, you know, he's adding some space to his repertoire with that pitch.
Now facing the right-handed stick of Matt Vierling. Vierling takes a ball low and inside. Braves have turned 2 double plays in the game. 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. And they've been up to snuff up the middle in this game. Jarvis and Shunk. They'd love to turn 2 again. No score in the 4th. There it is from Wentz. And a ball low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Time called as Jonah Heim trots out there to visit with Wentz. This stadium might have the best beer vendor in the Grapefruit League. That guy's got some lungs on him. I don't know if you can hear that at home, but about every 10, 15 minutes, feel like you can hear that beer vendor yelling, cold beer, cold water. You can hear him halfway across the ballpark.
Soon enough, you might hear me say, 1 here.
There's a 2-0 pitch on the way to Vierling. High ball 3. So suddenly Joey's missed the zone and lost his spot there. He walked Nito just a moment ago. Now a 3-0 count on Vierling. Glance to first. 3-0 pitch. And there's a strike. That time got a fastball over. Wentz nods with his catcher, Jonah Heim. Vierling tilting the bat back. 3-1 pitch. Line drive foul. Past the tarp down the left field line.
Yeah, I think you really got to appreciate a good beer vendor, especially one with a set of pipes. It's kind of the fabric of a baseball game. You know, it just adds to it. I'm sure they could figure out a way to drop beers with drones or something fancy. That'll be coming to a ballpark near you soon.
You'd have been a good promoter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good ballpark promoter. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Vierling skies one down the right field line, pushing towards foul territory, and that's into the seats for a foul ball. Well, the funny thing is as I know you spent some time in the minor leagues, and of course I did as a broadcaster, and how creative they would get with beer sales in minor league ballparks, and the creative ways that they'd have contests and things like that. And I think my favorite contest that we ever had, this is when I was broadcasting an independent ball, was the designated batter for beer sales. Ball low and inside, that bounces away from Heim. That'll be ball 4. So back-to-back walks for Wentz. Down to second base for Nito. Now they're going to have a visit with Wentz out there on the mound. But when I was at independent ball, every night the opposing lineup, this were home games, in the opposing lineup, you had the designated beer batter. And they'd select one guy, and they'd announce it on the PA who that guy was. And if he struck out, the at-bat after that guy, beer sales are 50% off. So everybody would race to the concession stands if the guy struck out. So they had these really hilarious sound effects that they'd play with each passing strike on the batter. So after the first strike, they had a sound effect of a can opening, and everybody's kind of on the edge of their seat. And then you go to strike 2, And they had the sound effect of a beer being poured into a mug. It's like, cook, 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 cook. And everybody kind of stands up and is in the aisle. And then they struck the guy out, and the place erupts, and everybody sprints off to the vendor. Goes to the concession stand. Because they had X amount of time to get 50% off the next cold one. Ball low and outside, 1-0.
Probably the most exciting part of the game, I would imagine.
Without a doubt.
And I can tell you, from my experience in rookie ball, the hitters hated being the beer batter. They absolutely. I remember
a lot of pressure.
One of my teammates trying to bribe the opposing team to not be the beer batter.
1-0 pitch is a called strike.
He might have been a little bit mentally fragile, you could say, but that's a true story. I think we were in somewhere in Wyoming. He just did not want that pressure all day.
Which means he had been thinking about it all day long before he even got to the ballpark. 1-1 pitch, lunge and a miss by Kerry Carpenter.
I think he said the previous time he was the beer batter, I think he struck out 3 times in a row. So, it was worth $20 or $40 to put that onus on somebody else.
He's applying cold ones for the entire stadium. Yeah. No score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Joey Wentz set right at the chest. And the 1-2 pitch. Check swing didn't go. Looked like a good pitch. And this will be challenged. I think this is a good challenge. Let's see where this pitch was. Boy, that just missed low. That's a good call by Felix Neon.
Yeah, Braves catcher Jonah Heim, he caught it perfectly. I think he framed it so well he tricked himself. But you're right, that's a good situation. A couple guys on base. Maybe it ticked the zone to take a shot at it.
No score in the 4th inning. Tigers threatening. Runners at first and second, 1 out. There's a swing and a miss at a fastball for strike 3. Good bounce back by Wentz. 2 down for Dylan Dingler. See, now I want to get your brain going and think about the wildest events that you might have had at a ballpark, wildest promotions. I mean, because you go low enough in minor league ball, you'll see all kind of stuff.
I already know what it is, Ben. I'll never forget it. It was like a nature show with hyenas on the plains of Africa.
On the field, Dylan Dingler takes a ball outside.
Bakersfield, California. I think it was the bottom of the 4th. They would bring out a pizza that was like 4 feet in diameter. I mean, a massive pizza. And people would just fight over it. They'd put it out there and make them fight over it like it was survival of the fittest out there.
1-0 to pop up on the infield. English and Shunk both in the neighborhood. That's English's ball. And Wentz gets through it. Well, we have a lot more to discuss when we come back. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the top of the 5th, no score.
With South College's Bachelor of Science and Health Science, you can focus on pre-physical therapy or pre-physician assistant, or you could pursue an Associate of Science in Surgical Technology. Each curriculum is designed to promote development of...
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Turn on the home of baseball for MLB Network's spring training coverage. Get an in-depth look at every club with previews from each camp. Check in with the players.
Trying to get dialed in and be ready to go from day one.
Check out the new rosters.
If he has 25 to 28 starts, it's going to be an absolute great year for him.
And watch the most live spring training games anywhere. Spring training coverage continues through opening day on MLB Network, the home of baseball. Go to MLBNetwork.com for schedule and channel number.
Or 15 fans. It was whoever was there.
Was this A-ball?
This was high A-ball, yeah. Bakersfield, California.
Brett Wisely, ground ball right side. That finds a hole. Leadoff single for Brett Wisely.
Yeah, it was just some local pizzeria that would bake one huge pie and have people fight over it. Bakersfield fallen on some harder times. So some fans would come just for the pizza.
Sounds like throwing a pizza to a group of hostages. Scrap for it. Maybe you get a piece, maybe you don't. There's Jose Azocar. We had a similar one to that. Now, that nobody had to fight over it, but it was similar in the sense that folks were eating right next to each other. Bouncer back to the mound, off the glove of Mize, rolling on the grass freely. And that'll be a base hit for Azocar. Mize tried to glove it behind his back. And if he had successfully achieved that, he might could have started a double play. But it was off the glove and rolled on the grass back behind the mound. So back-to-back singles for the Braves. I remember in independent ball, they had a promotion called 100-Foot Chocolate Sundae. And what they did is after the game, they put these stakes in the ground that had a horseshoe on the top of it. And they took this PVC pipe that had been cut in half and lay it in the trays. Check swing, Tapper left side. That'll be gloved out there by Young to second. They get one over to first. That bounces away from Valencia. Sprinting to the plate now Wisely, and the Braves on the board. The stalemate broken up. It's now 1-0 Atlanta. That goes as a 5-6 put out at second base. And then that throw over to first base was in the dirt. So Jarvis able to beat it out. And Wisely able to score on that ball that bounced away from Valencia, who's having a difficult time over there at first base.
Fielder's choice. 5-4.
Okay, they're going 5-4. I thought they had the second baseman cover, or the shortstop cover the bag, but an E4 on the throw from the second baseman. John Hill breaks his bat, rolls one to short. Glove by Cruz to second. They get the force out there. And Hill is aboard at first base on a fielder's choice. So that run scored on the E4. Meanwhile, Hill aboard at first base on the fielder's choice. And now home plate umpire Felix Neon trotting over there to the Braves dugout. Oh, he had the piece of the bat. That's what it was. Piece of that bat had come back there to the umpire, and he returned it to the Braves dugout. So 2 down in the inning, runner at first base. There goes Hill. Pitch on the way. There's a ball low. Throw down to second. Head first slide, and John's in there. Well, he's an impressive player. Down at second with the steal, and a base hit could score him.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a lot of tools in his toolbox. His second game we've gotten to see him in person, and he's attempted to steal a base both times, this time successfully.
2 down for Shunk. And a ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. A 1-0 lead for the Braves here in the top of the 5th inning. And if Shunk can reach, then Heim would come up to the plate. 2-0 pitch. In for a called strike. So finishing the story, they'd have these PVC pipes cut in half and filled with ice cream.
Wow.
And then when I finished the broadcast, I had to come down and help, and you're walking up and down that track with chocolate syrup and other toppings. 2-1 pitch down to the dirt, and the fans would line up at the gate on the other side of the third base dugout, and you'd sell them a spoon for $1. Wow. And they would just come up like farm animals and eat that ice cream out of a trough right next to complete strangers. And we'd sell out the spoons every single Sunday. Here's the 3-1 pitch on the way to Aaron Shunk. And Shunk On his best swing, hand came off the bat on the swing and miss, 3-2.
So when you hand them a spoon, do they take off running?
They walk up to the trough, which was in the ground outside the third base line on the grass. So they're standing outside the third base dugout. So this trough came up to, I don't know, about stomach high, and you're just standing there on the field eating ice cream out of a public trough.
Amazing.
3-2, squared up to deep center field, going over Meadows, and he'll run that down. So that ends the top of the fifth inning, but the Braves are the first run of the game. 1 run on 2 hits, an error, and a man left. We're halfway home. We go to the bottom of the fifth, 1-0 Braves.
Whether it's a slip that ends in a slip disc, a trick knee that's holding you back, or shoulder pain hurting your game, you can count on Northside Hospital Orthopedics.
Did you hear? Frontier is joining Verizon. To celebrate, we're launching our best internet offer ever. For a limited time, get 6 months of lightning-fast 100% fiber internet on us, up to 1 gig, when you bundle Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Visit your local Verizon store or verizon.com/welcome-frontier to switch. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free-forever to learn more.
Turn on the home of baseball for MLB Network's spring training coverage. Get an in-depth look at every club with previews from each camp. Check in with the players.
Trying to get dialed in and be ready to go from day one.
Check out the new rosters.
If he has 25 to 28 starts.
Yeah, Ben, I thought of one other promotion, not involving fans, but actually I personally participated in that I think our listeners would like to hear about.
All right.
We could talk about it. It was actually in the major leagues, which is surprising. And I don't know if I've told you this story before, but it's a good one.
Trey Cruz leading it off. Pitch on the way from the left-hander Joey Wentz as he strides and fires. Inside ball 1.
So when I was a rookie with the Anaheim Angels 2008, I found out that the California Dairy Association has a cow milking contest on the field.
In a major league game.
In a major league stadium right before the game.
1-0 to Cruz, pulled out to third. Swiftly, stabbed by Wisely, dropped, recovers, fires over, in time for the out. Stuck with it, made the play. And 1 out here in the 5th inning.
And that's the benefit of having a good arm over there at third base. You have a little bit of wiggle room if you got a cannon over there. So I'm a rookie. I'm elected to milk a cow versus the opposing team's rookie.
So this is a competition.
It's a competition. There's 2 cows behind home plate on a major league field.
Is this after the game or before the game?
Before.
My goodness. Eduardo Valencia takes a called strike.
I'd say 30, 40 minutes before the game. There's 2 dairy cows, 2 Holsteins out there, and 2 rookies with their teammates crowded around them. And there were some rules in place. You know, they wanted to make sure the competition was fair.
0-1 pitch, low and in.
So I squared off with Garrett Olson of the Orioles, and I milked my cow for a minute into my bucket, and then we switched cows. So it's two complete minutes of milking a cow.
Do you get to keep your bucket?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so total volume wins.
1 pitch and a ground ball to short. Jim Jarvis has it, throws up at the first base, and 2 down.
So I was an animal biology major. I had some experience with, bovine lactation, amongst many other things. And I had milk cows before. Garrett Olson was kind of a country boy, so I knew it was going to be a good match. So we both set off. I start cramping up about 45 seconds. My technique wasn't great. Now, luckily, I had a little help from the veterans on my team, though.
2 down for Jace Young. And Young skies one in the left field. Brewer Hicklin, few steps to his left, waiting on it to come down. It does, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. We'll pick up that story when we come back. We go to the top of the 6th inning, 1-0 Braves.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
I don't know, what, maybe a quart of milk into my bucket?
You cheated in a milking contest.
I did not cheat. I am a man of integrity.
That is utterly ridiculous.
I see what you did there.
There's Jonah Heim. There's a first pitch strike. So Lackey snuck some milk into your bucket.
My bucket, and I won handily. I just saw online that I produced 4 pounds of milk, including the weight of the bucket. I'm not that good, folks.
0-1 to Heim. He flips one into shallow left field. Kerry Carpenter drifting back. He's there for the out, 1 down.
Yeah, but and it's still going on.
So they do this annually.
Yeah.
Well, see, now I'm hoping we're out there one year for the competition. They could bring you back as an alum.
Past champion?
Yes.
It was fun. And just to think that goes on the Major League field is just wild.
And well, I never would have guessed it'd be in Anaheim. Maybe, in Texas or Houston or something like that. Reach and a miss by English. 0-1.
Let me see if I can find you a picture.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. 1-0 Braves, top of the 6th inning. Braves scored an unearned run last inning. 0-1 to Tristan English, and a ball low and outside. He'll be followed by Kiersey, and if anyone reaches, Hicklin. Still Mize on the mound for the Tigers. 1-1 pitch, sent foul into the seats along the first base line. Good Monday afternoon crowd. Lots of navy and orange down below us. English behind in the count, 1-2. Wind up in the pitch from Mize. Fouled off over by the Braves dugout.
I haven't found a picture for you, but I did find out that the contest in 2017 was the 43rd annual.
So this would be the 53rd coming up. They probably didn't do it in 20. Chopper to second base, taken on 3 bounces, bobbled by Anderson. He can't recover. And if he could do it all over again, he'd probably charge it and play that second hop rather than waiting on the third. And that'll be an error. The third of the day charge of the Tigers.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you wouldn't want to risk anybody getting Calvid.
No. I got to blow the horn on that one. Deshaun Kiersey, the batter. And Kiersey with a fly ball to deep left field. Carpenter going to go back. Carpenter at the wall. Goodbye. 2-run home run by Deshaun Kiersey. Sending one over the wall in left field, and the Braves add on to their lead. It's 3-0 Atlanta here in the 6th inning. He just shocked one out the opposite way.
I mean, that ball was hit pretty well, but it does look like we have a little shift in the wind pattern. Wind kind of tracking out to left field and out to left center. So, not to take away from Kiersey, because as I mentioned, that ball was smoked.
One of those runs unearned. Here's Brewer Hicklin. There's a ball high. You think back on the game yesterday when the Braves benefited from a big error with 3 unearned runs in the 5th inning versus the Rays, benefiting from some more errors today. Ground ball foul over by third base. Good stab by Tommy Watkins. Braves third base coach shuffling to his right and barehanding that one. One pitch will miss outside of Brewer Hicklin. Speaking of promotions, you probably saw this. The Cardinals have a pretty wild promotion this year. Cardinals announced over the last few days a special ticket package. If you're hungry, there's a fly ball to right field. Veerling under it. Going to his left makes the catch. And 2 down here in the inning. The Cardinals are introducing a ticket package for $30. Actually, it's $29. That includes bottomless Cokes, hot dogs, chicken tenders, bratwurst, nachos, basically unlimited concessions. You go in there, pay $29, you can just eat anything you want from the concessions the entire game.
You're trying to get me going, aren't you?
That's, well, we could use you in St. Louis this year. You can have all the corn dogs you want. Pitch misses to Brett Wisely.
If you're not in college, you probably shouldn't be buying that ticket.
That would be rough. 1-0 to Wisely. In the air to left field. To his right, Carpenter. Towards the line. And that's a foul ball just on the other side of the line.
Yeah, some of these food offerings, these teams, I love being creative, but they're getting a little wild. We were out cruising for lunch today, and we saw maybe 2 or 2.5 foot hot dog for sale.
Right.
$20. And I looked at Jay Chad. I said, hey, you want to go Lady in the Tramp on that? He declined.
They do something similar, I believe, in Phoenix, and they call it the broomstick, and it must be 4 or 5 feet long.
5 feet long.
I mean, you're sharing that, obviously. Well, you should be sharing it with multiple people. Here's the 1-1 to Wisely. Fouled back into the screen, 1-2. Braves 3, Tigers nothing. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Time called by Brett Wisely. Braves have used Elder and Wentz on the mound. There's the 1-2 pitch. That misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Elder went 3 innings. No runs, 3 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Wentz has gone 2, as he has struck out a pair and walked a pair. 2-2 to Wisely. Fly ball to center field. Parker Meadows looking up into the brilliant Florida sky. He's got it for the out. That'll wrap up the top of the 6th inning. But an error and a 2-run homer. This time off the bat of Deshaun Kiersey Jr. Braves tack on 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, none left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 Braves.
When you need a lawyer after an auto accident, make the right call. I'm attorney Ken Nugent, and I'm based right here in Georgia. Other big-name legal teams aren't even from this area.
Right one.
We'll get you your money quick, while other legal teams waste your time.
Right two.
And our team is with you from start to finish.
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhanced game nights with MLB Big Inning, live. And
the lead Patrick Clohessy has taken over in right field. And those are the changes for now. There's Max Anderson to lead off with the Tigers. Remember, he took over at second base an inning ago. Facing Joey Wentz. Ground ball, hot shot, foul. Just outside the bag at third. That was close. Let's see. That is Clohessy in right field, so we can confirm that.
94 Murdoch at first base. Now playing second base, 99 Cal Conley. 99 Conley.
3-0 Braves in the bottom of the sixth inning. 0-1 to Anderson. There's a ball low. All right, so we saw Elder go 3 innings. This would be the third inning for Wentz, and I would imagine you bring these 3 pitchers that you anticipate going 3 innings each, I'm sure would be the plan.
Yeah, absolutely. All these guys need to get stretched out, have that capacity to start a ball game if you need to.
1-1 to Anderson, fouled off.
And thus far, besides those 2 walks in his first inning of work, Joey Wentz looked pretty sharp. Last inning, 3 up, 3 down on just 6 pitches. So working very efficiently. If he has another quick inning here, he might have to trot down to the bullpen and get some extra work in.
Yeah, expecting to see Elder, Wentz, and then the right-hander Owen Murphy. And, of course, they could mix in a few other guys should they want, but we believe the plan to be those 3 guys for 3 innings each. Top shelf fastball swung on a miss by Anderson.
Yeah, really nice pitch there by Wentz. He's that 4-seamer I mentioned, 7 feet of extension, so he's reaching out 7 feet from the mound. That gives that hitter so much less time to react, and extension isn't something you can teach. So that's a really nice facet to Joey's game on that high fastball.
96.
One out for Parker Meadows.
96 Clohessy.
There's a ball low and inside. All right, it's something that you can't teach. How is that something that you can work on as a pitcher?
So if you look at Joey, he's 6'5", 6'6". It's a little bit easier for him. Somebody like Spencer Strider actually has learned to do that.
1-0. Big chopper to the right side. Backhanded by Verdung at first. Throws to the bag, and Wentz wins the race by a fraction of a second. Excellent play by Wentz to get over there. And Verdung with a good throw, 2 down.
Spencer's only 5'10", but the way he produces extension, and it's on purpose, he's really worked at it, is using his extremely strong lower body to get farther down the mound. So he's kind of leaping down the mound at the hitter and holding onto the ball long enough that he's stretching, even though his limbs aren't nearly as long as Joey Wentz's. And so it just makes your fastball play up that little bit more the closer you can release it to the plate.
Tomas Nido, the batter. And he swings at the first pitch and pops one up, foul territory. Third baseman Waddell runs out of room. That's into the seats.
So I guess, in a way, you could teach it. And I mentioned this many times, Spencer, one of the most thoughtful, methodical workers I've ever seen. And everything he's done up to this point in his career is to optimize the way he pitches. And that's one of those factors he's worked on.
That makes sense. I guess you could teach it up to a certain point. I mean, at some point, the player's got to see what that feels like. There's a called strike on the inside corner, and learn how to do that himself.
Yes.
I mean, you're and just doing that with the reps over and over and over again and the feel of it all.
If you set out just to chase extension, you're gonna get into some bad habits.
Wentz would love to finish it off with a strikeout. 0-2. Fouled back by Nido. 7 in a row sat down by Wentz since the walk to Vierling in the 4th inning. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Braves leading 3-0. A 2-run homer by Deshaun Kiersey in the top of the inning extended the lead. Braves scored once in the 5th, twice in the 6th. Wentz has 3 strikeouts thus far. 0-2. Fouled off by Nido again.
And the other thing to consider when you're talking about Joey Wentz's four-seam fastball up in the zone, it's got cut action to it. So that means it's coming into a right-handed batter. It's coming away from his barrel. So it makes it even harder for a righty to get his barrel to the baseball at the top of the zone.
Wentz kicks and fires the 0-2, and he missed outside. You know, we talk about pitchers needing to repeat mechanics, having repeatable motion, things like that, no matter what pitch is being thrown. 1-2 fouled back. That seems to me like it would be the extension part, in my just limited knowledge of it, would seem like it would be a lot easier on a fastball, but hard to duplicate that same extension when throwing a secondary pitch and having it all repeatable. It's definitely an art. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Tomas Nido. Popped up harmlessly on the first base side. Wilver Dung towards foul territory. Now back to his right, makes the catch. And there's a 1-2-3 inning. Nice work by Joey Wentz in recovering from those 2 walks 2 innings ago. No runs, hits, or errors, none left. We go to the top of the 7th. 3-0 Braves.
It's rolling, rolling. That jackpot's rolling.
Yeah, got yourself a scratcher that didn't win? Well, my friend, it still could, because now all non-winning scratchers can be entered to win the Rollin' Jackpot, which grows and grows.
That jackpot's rolling.
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Junior. On to relieve him, another major league pitcher for the Tigers, Beau Brieske. Brieske went 1-3 last year over 22 games with a 6.55 ERA for the Tigers. He's a 27-year-old out of Colorado State University, Pueblo. Baseball powerhouse. He was drafted in 2019. Here he squares off against 8, 9, and 1 in this visiting Braves lineup.
All right, Bo Brisky taking over for Casey Mize. They've used Valdez, Mize, and Brisky on the mound. There to greet him, Jose Azocar. A few other changes for the Tigers. There's a strike on the inside corner. Jay Chad was giving us the numbers of some of these new players. I'm looking at the roster. They don't exist. So he went down the hall to see who's actually out there for the Tigers. We'll get there in a moment. 3-0 in favor of the Braves. 0-1 to Azocar. He'll reach out and poke one through the open right side. I mean, just cut that off the end of the barrel. And a slow bouncer into right field for a leadoff single. Been a lot of that in this game. Braves have 6 hits now. And of the 3 runs they have scored, 2 of them are unearned. Jim Jarvis will be the batter. Bo Brisky, spelled B-R-I-E-S-K-E. This 6'3" right-hander rubbing up a new baseball. And after Jim Jarvis, back to the top of the order to John Hill.
Additional defensive changes for Detroit.
First pitch swinging, popped up towards left field. Kerry Carpenter going back and over towards the line. Under it for the out. 1 out here in the 7th inning. Back to the top of the order to John Hill.
95, Roberto Campos. 95, Campos at right.
Roberto Campos is the new right fielder. And now a trainer's going to go check on Brisky. All right, they're saying Graham at shortstop.
Now playing first base, 89, Andrew Jenkins. 89, Jenkins at first base. Now playing third base, 90, Carson Rucker.
I wonder if he had some sort of pre-existing, issue he's been dealing with, because just to get through one batter in 3 pitches, that's a pretty quick injury check.
Yeah, they got the trainer out there as well as A.J. Hinch. Some of these other changes, Carson Rucker has taken over at third base for the Tigers. It's Max Anderson still at second. Andrew Jenkins, the new first baseman. Roberto Campos, the new right fielder. And I didn't catch first name on Graham, the shortstop. I just heard Graham announced.
Peyton Graham.
Peyton Graham.
Not Eli. Peyton.
And now Brisky's going to come out of the game. I think he had a blister. Not sure exactly what's ailing him. The trainer walks right next to him off the field. So that will be it for Brisky. So now the Tigers have to select who they want to bring in. There was nobody throwing. They're counting on Brisky probably going the last 3 innings of this game. I know that they were expecting to use Brisky and possibly Summers and Vanasco. And maybe they're going to go 1 inning each. I'm not sure. But Brisky was on here in the 7th inning, faces 2 batters, gives up a base hit, and then a fly out by Jarvis. A new pitcher will come along now for the Tigers. All right, so the new pitcher is Tyler Holton. He's a left-hander. They're sending in a righty. The guy wearing 87 on the roster is a lefty. We'll just wait and see. A lot of times they'll give us the rosters with the backups on there. Well, the Tigers haven't done that, so we're just going to have to wait and see exactly who comes into the game as we've done with some of these other changes. That certainly is not Holton. He wears number 87 on his back. He doesn't have a name on the back of his uniform.
Yeah, it's really common here in spring training. These minor league, we call them jicks.
87, Moises Rodriguez.
Moises Rodriguez, new pitcher.
So
you call them jigs?
Jicks, just in case. So these guys come up from the minor leagues, and we talk about spring training. It's a churched up scrimmage, right, where everybody's getting ready for the regular season. So the rules aren't as tight on the uniform regulations. So some of these minor leaguers will be wearing, you might have 287s, 387s, just whatever number those guys wear in minor league camp. They don't remake them a whole uniform for their day in the major league. So it makes it challenging on us up here to figure out who's actually down there on the mound.
Yeah, that was pretty funny earlier because I saw an 88 go out there, and I look at 88 on the roster, and it's Billy Boyer, the quality control coach. I don't think he's playing.
No, so going to have a lot of injuries to get Boyer in the game. That guy stinks. Moises Rodriguez, 6'2", 170 pounds, 23-year-old right-hander. Last year went 3-0 in the minor leagues with a 1.35 ERA over 14 games for the Lakeland Flying Tigers. That's the A-ball team that resides here at Publix Field, and then the West Michigan Whitecaps. That's the Tigers high A team, I would assume, somewhere in West Michigan.
That's Midwest League.
There we go.
All right, so Rodriguez on the mound. Callahan is the man who took over in left field. That is Brett Callahan in left field. Okay, then we got all the changes now. So Rodriguez in there for the injured Brisky. And there to greet him, John Hill. 3-0 Braves, top of the 7th. Runner at first, 1 out. First pitch to Hill, a ball outside. Hill reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th inning, stole a base. Outside of that, a couple of ground outs, one to second, one to short. Hosea Zokar takes a big lead at first. 1-0, right down the middle of the plate for a called strike. 1-1 on John Hill, the 19-year-old from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. He'll be followed by Cal Conley, who swings a stick in the on-deck circle. 1-1 banged in the air towards right field. To his left, Campos still to his left. At the line, makes a running catch and then goes into the sidewall. Tagging from first base is Zokar. The throw goes to second, and that's not in time. Good base running by the speedy Jose Zokar. John Hill flies out down the right field line to Campos.
83 Jackson Strong. 83 strong in center field.
All right, a new center fielder is Strong. Did you get a first name on Strong?
Jackson.
Jackson Strong. So 2 outs with a runner at second base. Cal Conley a check swing. They appeal, and he did go, says Adam Beck. Conley taking over for Aaron Schunk. Conley with a ground ball to the right side. That's got eyes and a base hit in the right field. Motoring around third base is Zokar, and he will score. Braves hitting them where they ain't, finding that hole on the right side, and Conley with the RBI to make it 4-0 Braves.
And how important is that tag up by Zokar?
Great point.
On that fly ball to right. You know, we don't score a run there. Likely more likely that second baseman could have caught that ground ball for a double play. So, great base running produces immediate results.
Inning continues now for Jonah Heim. Pick over to first base, and Conley back in there. Braves leading 4-0. 1 run in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 1 here in the 7th. Right-hander Rodriguez set right at the letters, offering misses outside. You can close the line on Brisky. Faced 2 batters, 1 of the 3rd of an inning. Gave up 1 hit, 1 run. No walks, no strikeouts for Brisky. Heim 0 for 3 in the game. 2 flyouts and a ground out. And Heim takes a ball low and outside. We're in the top of the 7th. Catcher still in there for the Braves. Putting in some work behind the plate today, Jonah Heim. Got a hitter's count of 2-0. Rodriguez fires, and Heim with a little nubber to the third base side of the mound. Coming off the mound and backhanding Rodriguez. Throw to first is in time for the out. That ends the top of the seventh with the Braves with another run. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Time to stretch in Lakeland. We go to the bottom of the seventh, 4-0 Braves.
Spring is in the air, Braves fans. As the Braves get Truist Park ready for opening day, it's time to get your lawn in shape too. As the official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew, Pennington knows what it takes to grow a lush, healthy lawn. With over 80 years of history rooted right here in Braves country, Pennington helps you grow a yard you can be proud of.
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
You know that thing where you get an amazing pair of shoes at a really great price and want to tell everyone about it? Yeah, so do we. Here at Designer Shoe Warehouse, we'll give you something to brag about. Like the latest styles from brands you love, or the trends everyone's obsessing over, or shoes that make you feel like, well, you. So go ahead, show off a little. Find shoes that get you at prices that get your budget. Head to your DSW store or DSW.com today. DSW. Let us surprise you.
Turn on the home of baseball for MLB Network's spring training coverage. Get an in-depth look at every club with previews from each camp. Check in with the players.
Trying to get dialed in and be ready to go from day one.
Check out the new rosters.
If he has 25 to 28 starts, it's going to be an absolute great year for him.
And watch the most live spring training games anywhere. Spring training coverage continues through opening day on MLB Network, the home of baseball. Go to MLBnetwork.com for schedule and channel number.
Misses high, 1 ball, no strikes. Up to the plate is Roberto Campos. Pitch from Murphy. Fly ball to right field, way up into the sky. Patrick Closey to his left, under it, by the line, makes the catch. That's a tough play. Swirling wind, bright sunshine, and he had a long way to go to get there, and he makes the play 1 down. Murphy, very impressive when we last saw him. This is the second time we've seen him this spring. Looking to continue to build on that. And a guy that we could see in Atlanta at some point soon.
74, Alex Lodis.
A few other changes for Atlanta we'll get to.
Shortstop.
There's a called strike on Brett Callahan. Braves have a new shortstop and a new center fielder. There's the 0-1 pitch. Check swing. Believe he went. He did go. 0-2. New center fielder Kevin Kilpatrick. And the new shortstop is Alex Lodis. To Callahan. Sent foul to the backstop.
Yeah, you mentioned we might see Murphy some point in Atlanta here. And I already cited his great success he had at high A last year. I'd imagine he's going to start in Double A. And if we know anything from recent years, Double A is where they start considering guys to bring up to the major league. So you're absolutely correct with that.
Kind of on the launching pad for the big leagues at that point. Austin Slater on deck for the Tigers. There's a deep drive high in the air to right field. Down the line, this thing flies. Will this stay fair? That is a fair ball to home run. Brett Callahan sending one deep down the line into the teeth of the wind. Still got it out of here. First Tiger run of the game. It's now 4-1 Braves in the bottom of the 7th. Watching the direction of the wind coming off the bat, I didn't think that had a prayer to stay fair. That just stayed inside the pole. And now Austin Slater up to the plate. So a 4-1 game. Called strike on Slater. Slater will be followed by Peyton Graham. 1 to Slater. To the front door of the breaking ball. Good curve in for a strike.
Yeah, I almost called him Richie. Murphy, not a guy that's going to blow up the radar guns, but has really, really good secondary stuff and command of those pitches.
0-2, a tick high. Make it a 1-2 count.
Yeah, the fastball anywhere from 92 to 95, so decent velocity on that. But the slider really stands out. The curveball and the changeup, and like I said, the command of those pitches is above his age.
1-2 pitch, a called third strike on the outside corner, just dotted the outer half. And Slater goes down looking. Okay, of that group of pitches that he has, I don't know, you're just seeing him now for the first time. What of those pitches looks big league ready, and what is maybe just behind?
Well, they're saying, from all the reports, this is the first time I've seen him pitch live. From what I understand about him, it's his pitchability, his intelligence on the mound, his ability to move spots and vary heights.
Peyton Graham takes a called strike.
It's kind of a sum of the parts guy. The slider is the best raw pitch that he has, but it's how he combines all those pitches. He's a technician with all 4 of his pitches.
Ahead 0-1 on Graham. That'll be swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2 as Murphy gets ahead.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Controls the game, throws a lot of strikes, doesn't issue a lot of free passes. He's not going to beat himself.
Right-hander Owen Murphy looking for another strikeout. Way ahead 0-2. Righty spins it up there. That'll be fouled off by Graham into the seats down the first base line. They have Andrew Jenkins on deck, so if the inning continues, he'd come to the plate. Oh, 2. Little weak fly ball to right field. Coming in Clohessy, he's there. Gallops to it, makes the catch for out number 3. 1 run for the Tigers on the solo homer by Brett Callahan. 1 hit, no errors, none left. We played 7. We go to the top of the 8th, 4-1 Braves.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro swing. But one who really...
Did you hear? Frontier is joining Verizon. To celebrate, we're launching our best internet offer ever. For a limited time, get 6 months of lightning-fast 100% fiber internet on us, up to 1 gig, when you bundle Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Visit your local Verizon store or verizon.com/welcome-frontier to switch. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
Is now pitching for the 3rd time here in Grapefruit League action.
Facing Will Verdung to lead it off. Owe you station ID. Get to that after this pitch. Left-hander Summers sent right at the belly. And the southpaw sends it up there. Little miss high. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Braves Radio Network.
Atlanta Braves spring training is live on WIFN Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station, 1340 and 103.7 FM.
1-0 to Will Verdung. A little bit too tall for him. 2 balls, no strikes. Great to have you with us on a Monday afternoon. Braves and Tigers from the Grapefruit League. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick. Ben Ingram here with you for the 11th spring training game of the session. And the Braves leading 4-1. Verdung swings and misses. Fastball 94. Summers standing down there on the mound, and the wind rippling the back of his uniform as he comes set. 2-1 pitch. Verdung swings and misses. Another fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes on him. Verdung, 22 years old. Takes ball outside. Went to Itawamba Community College there in Fulton, Mississippi. Northeast Mississippi. 13th round pick of the Braves in 2023. 3-2 pitch. That'll be fouled back. Got a piece of that fastball. If you're just now tuning in, Braves scored once in the 5th, twice in the 6th, once in the 7th. They've hit 1 home run. That was a 2-run shot by Deshaun Kiersey going the opposite way over the left field wall in the 6th inning. 3-2 from Summers. Missed the inside corner and a leadoff walk. That is the first walk allowed by a Tiger pitcher today. They have committed 3 errors, so they've definitely had some issues there, but that's the first walk. Bat in the hands of Patrick Clohessy. Clohessy takes a fastball outside. After Clohessy, it's Workinger. And then should be Waddell after that. 1-0 popped up, shallow left field. Strong, Callahan, Graham coming together. That'll be Callahan's ball. Left fielder's got it for the first out here in the 8th inning.
And I got a fun fact about this Lakeland area.
Okay, fire away.
You know, this area we're sitting used to be a very shallow ocean before the ocean receded and left this. And so what that has left is a lot of limestone soil and a very important mineral called phosphate that's dug out of the ground here.
Pitch to Workinger. Check swing didn't go.
Around 1900, 70% of U.S. production of phosphate came from this city, Lakeland.
From Lakeland.
Yeah, and so, you know, they've found other phosphate around the world. That's kind of diversified a little bit.
Pitch misses high. 2 balls, no strikes.
But what the phosphate mines have left is 2 things that Floridians love. Good bass fishing and good golf. So the phosphate-rich waters grows huge bass, and that's why this Florida bass can set world records here.
2-0 pitch in for a called strike. So due to flooding here thousands of years ago, golf and bass fishing is some of the best in the world.
That's right. And so the phosphate mines, you move a bunch of earth, and it creates kind of lunar landscapes, so you can build great golf courses on those phosphate pits and mountains.
There's the 2-1 pitch. There's a ball inside. That might be the most in-depth research I've heard in the Grapefruit League in 16 years.
Yeah, I like to keep listeners on their toes. There's fantastic golf. There's a course down the road 20 miles from here called Stream Song. It's the best public golf course in Florida.
Pickoff over to first base, back in standing Verdung. I know there are more golf courses in this state than any other state by far.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, and when you dig down 100 feet, you make a 100-foot pile. And that creates some interesting golf courses in a state that's otherwise flat.
3-1 to Workinger. In for a strike, 3-2. Do you have a favorite course in Florida? Because I know you've played golf in Florida 1,000 times. I mean, you're from here.
In terms of public courses, you know, not a private course. Stream Song it's a huge resort right here, 20 miles from here. It's fantastic.
3-2 from Summers. Swung on and missed at a fastball, tailing away from Workinger for strike 3. So 2 down for Luke Waddell. If you had pursued golf as hard as you pursued baseball, how good could you have been?
I mean, I have the ability to do it, but I'm just a mental house of cards on the golf course.
Just ball up and in.
One thing goes wrong, and I just fold like a cheap
That's
tat.
it, huh?
So it's funny because on the field, being a relief pitcher in the situations I pitched in, it's all about mental toughness, and that's really the advantage in those situations. Golf course, I'm just a zoo.
1-0 pitch low and outside of Luke Waddell. But on all the teams that you played for, would you say you were one of the strongest golf players?
Top 3 or 4.
Okay.
I was never the very best one. That's tough when you're teammates with guys like Bryce Elder.
Yeah.
Or Austin Riley. So, but I was up there.
2-0. A swing and a miss by Waddell. 2 balls and a strike.
I did. I took Bryce Elder down one time.
Was that in Florida?
No, we were out in Philly on an off day.
How do you handle that? That'll be sent to the backstop. Very wild pitch down to second base for Verdung. He goes in standing.
He was beating me through, I think, 3 or 4 holes, and my wife called and was upset with me.
Oh,
and,
she lit the fuse.
Yes, and that anger translated to me. And from that point on, I think I went under par or close to it. And I took him down. And he's, man, I don't know what your wife said, but you played great afterwards.
There's a 3-1 pitch. Waddell takes a called strike. And you probably said, you'll understand one day when you've been married for 15 years.
That's right, young man. Yeah, so he doesn't let me answer the phone anymore when we play.
It's not a bad idea. Count runs full, and the 3-2 pitch, left on left, Summers to Waddell. And a big lumbering hack and miss for strike 3. So Summers strikes out Workinger and Waddell. Gets out of the jam. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. Braves have stranded 6 through 7.5. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 4-1 Braves.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. If you're ready for a better checking account, my friends at Georgia's Own Credit Union can help. Open an all-access checking account for Georgia's Own, and you'll get access to more than 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and get paid up to 2 days early.
Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
At Farah & Farah, we represent people from all walks of life in matters involving personal injury cases. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter which neighborhood you call home. Because everyone deserves justice, dignity, and respect. And remember, when it comes to compensation, you only get one shot. Make it count. Call Farah & Farah at 800-500-5555. Tampa.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhanced game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games all season. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
8-2-1 this spring. There's a ball high, 1 ball and no strikes on Andrew Jenkins. Jenkins, right-handed hitter. 1-0 pitch, and Jenkins with a fly ball to left field. Ethan Workinger going to work his way in. Makes a basket catch, 1 down. Earlier in this game, we were talking about some of the retired numbers that they have out there on the building in right field. Some of the Tiger greats of all time. And, of course, one of the numbers up there, Jim Leland, Hall of Fame manager. Of course, managed Miami and Pittsburgh, but also several really good years in Detroit. There's the pitch on the way to Carson Rucker. And Rucker takes ball a little bit down low. And it was a story I was actually reading last night preparing for this game. A lot of times I'll look at this day in baseball history and kind of see if there's any good stories in there that our listeners might want to hear. And one caught my attention. There's a 1-0 pitch on the way to Carson Rucker and a ball low and outside. And it involves Jim Leland. And this is back when he was managing the Pirates. And at the time, it was a spring training game that was taking place in St. Petersburg in 1996. 2-0 pitches in for a called strike, 2-1. And in the Grapefruit League game, there were 2 U.S. umpires working the game with 2 Japanese umpires for the very first time. And one of the Japanese umpires had the plate for the game. There's a 2-1 pitch. There's a ball high, 3 balls and a strike. And the home plate umpire's name was Osamu Ino. And he was behind the plate. Pirates won that game over the Cardinals 11-2. And after the game, they asked Jim Leland, what did you think about the home plate umpire, these 2 Japanese umpires? 3-1 pitch, missed outside. It's a 1-out walk. And after the game, he said, well, I thought they did a pretty good job, but even if I didn't, what am I going to go do? Go argue with them? Because they couldn't speak any English. And I was thinking to myself, what would you do if you went out there to argue and then realized you can't communicate with this guy behind the plate?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Jim Leland was one of a kind, man. Very matter of fact. That's a good point. What are you going to say?
There is Max Anderson after the 1-out walk.
Yeah, you start drawing pictures in the sand, you're going to get ejected. Yeah, you just can't do that.
No. There was the last time the U.S. team won the WBC, I want to say that was, I don't know, 8-9 years ago. I'm trying to remember when that was. But he was the manager of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll be fouled back. This is back when we were at Disney for spring training, and they had just won the WBC. So all those players are back to finish spring training, and Jim Leland was in the press box. I'm guessing we were playing the Tigers. He obviously was not managing the Tigers then, but had managed the WBC team. Here's a 1-1 to Anderson. He swings and misses. And I just happened to introduce myself, and I said, I would love to do a half inning with you if you feel so inclined. And he jumped on for a full inning with me.
Wow.
I got to do a full inning with Jim Leland. That was the highlight of spring training for me that year. Just a great one to chat baseball with, and an all-timer. Here's the 1-2. There's a called third strike. Beautiful pitch, low and away. 2 down in the 8th inning.
Yeah, that's the second looking strikeout for Murphy. We talked about his pitchability, and that's kind of a funny term to hear, but you know, he really knows how to move the ball around the zone. And that's the symptom of a guy that has great command, great location, is a lot of looking strikeouts.
2 down, runner at first base. Braves leading 4-1 in the 8th. Jackson Strong in the batter. Pitch misses low from Murphy. In the 9th, the Braves will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up. That'll be Kilpatrick, Lodice, and then the DH spot, which had been John Hill the entire game. See if it still is. 1-0 to Jackson Strong on a ball outside. Lead at first base by Rucker. 2-0 pitch, fouled back, had a good swing on it, but fouls it straight back. 2-1 on Jackson Strong. He's the center fielder who took over last inning. Braves used Bryce Elder for 3 innings. Gave up no runs, 3 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. Joey Wentz went 3 innings. 3 scoreless frames for him. No hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. 2-1 to Strong is outside, 3-1. And now Murphy on for his 2nd inning of work. Braves get a little action stirring in the bullpen. Some soft tossing going on out there. 2 down, bottom of the 8th. 3-1 from Murphy. Pulled foul down the right field line.
Yeah, Ben, you were talking about the WBC and Jim Leyland managing that team that won. I looked it up. It was 2017. I thought it was that year because I remember I was teammates with Manny Machado and Adam Jones when Adam Jones made that phenomenal catch to rob Manny, who's playing for the Dominican team. And the U.S. ultimately ended up winning that game as a result.
Runner goes 3-2, and he gets a piece of it, fouls it off. Yeah, that was a lot of fun that year.
Yeah, you're cheering. As a teammate, you're cheering for both your teammates. But I remember jumping off the couch when Adam made that catch and just laughing at Manny.
Yeah, that was just amazing.
The disappointment written all over his face.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rucker will take off. Righty-lefty matchup. Murphy fires to Jackson Strong. And he got him swinging. Put a wrinkle in that. Beautiful pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts of Anderson and Strong. And that ends the bottom of the 8th. 1-out walk is all that they can muster up. We go to the 9th. 4-1 Braves.
When your schedule sounds like this. Are you kidding me? An oil change is the last thing you have time for. So drive into Take 5 and let our techs change your oil, check your tires, top off your fluids, and have you back on the road pit stop fast. All while you stay in your car. No putting your entire schedule on hold, no upsells, no problem. So you can get back to your to-do list. Or not. Find your nearest shop at take5.com. Take 5, the stay in your car 10-minute oil change.
The Braves and Harris. Frontier is joining Verizon. New Frontier and Verizon customers can get 6 months of 100% fiber internet on us up to 1 gig by bundling Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Plus, get 2 mobile lines for $50 per month on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Verizon store to switch. $25 per line after $60 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best.
Facing 8-9-1 at this Braves lineup.
That'll be Kevin Kilpatrick to lead off, followed by Alex Lodice, then back to the top of the order to John Hill. And we do know it will be Hill. He's on the top step of the dugout wearing a helmet, got a bat in his hands. First pitch swinging, there's a hole up the middle. Kevin Kilpatrick strikes that one and bounces it just to the left of second base for a base hit. Leadoff single here in the 9th for Kevin Kilpatrick. Here comes Alex Lodice. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Braves, including a home run by Deshaun Kiersey. For the Tigers, 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors. In fact, of the 4 runs the Braves have, 3 of them have been unearned. There is a strike call in the outside corner. Let me correct that. 2 of them unearned. 2 unearned runs of the 4. 0-1 on Alex Lodice. Braves got him last year out of FSU. Took him in the 2nd round of the draft. Ball low and outside to Lodice. He's from the Jacksonville area. Spells his last name Lodise and pronounced Lodice. Waits on the 1-1 from Vanasco. Runner goes. Pitch swung on, fouled off. Lodice lost his helmet on that swing. That was a great jump by Kevin Kilpatrick.
Yeah, Lodice from a high school about 5 miles from where I grew up. Now my parents live less than 2 miles from it. Bartram Trail there, just the south side of Jacksonville. right down. That's Tim Tebow land down there, buddy. That's
pretty good baseball down there?
Yes, very good baseball.
Good lead at first by Kilpatrick. See if he takes off again. He does not. Lodiz takes a ball high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tigers in the bottom of the 9th will have 2, 3, 4 coming up. That would be Nido, Campos, and Callahan. And the Braves will carry at least a 3-run lead into the bottom of the 9th. Lodiz, bright red shoes, 2-tone bat, bright white batting gloves, red sleeves coming out from under his Navy uniform top. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's high ball 3. Vanasco having a difficult time getting it down. We did see Vanasco in the previous meeting with the Tigers last Tuesday. There's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. He pitched 1 inning in that game. He walked a batter, gave up an RBI single by Jim Jarvis. So he gave up 1 run in 1 inning. That was a game the Braves won 8-1 a week ago tomorrow. Leading 4-1 today, and what'll be the final time we see the Tigers this spring. Runner goes 3-2, ground ball out to short. Charging Graham. He's got it, throws over to first base, and he does have it over there in time to get Lodiz. Kind of juggled there for a second, but was able to hold on to it and get Lodiz down to second for Kilpatrick.
Yeah, that was a pretty casual approach to that ground ball by Graham. Really sat back on his heels, didn't pick out the right hop, and Lodiz made it close. Credit to him for hustling down there to first, making it a close play.
The Detroit defense has looked pretty rusty today altogether, I'd say. Here's John Hill. First pitch called strike.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. This would be a much different ball game if they could catch and throw the ball.
I mean, it's not just the 3 errors. There have been a few other plays as well where they bobbled or had a difficult time just making what should have been a routine play. 0-1 to Hill, sent foul down the right field line and slicing out of play. 0-2. And that's a big reason the Braves have a 3-run lead here in the 9th inning. Meanwhile, the Braves have been pretty stout defensively. They turned some impressive double plays early in this game. 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. 0-2 to Hill. Rolled over foul. 1 hopping to Tommy Watkins down there in the third base coach's box.
And it looks like to me that John Hill likes to swing the bat, but he also has, looks like he can really cover the entire plate and out of the zone as well. He can foul off a lot of good close pitches.
Trying to hang alive, waiting on the 0-2. Here it is from Vanasco. That's fouled off. Nothing's getting by Tommy over there. He just fielded another one cleanly. I think he's perfect this spring.
He's getting some reps in.
Tips his helmet to the fans. They love it. He's having a good time. So are the fans. 0-2 on John Hill. Again, the 0-2. A called 3rd strike. Fastball hit the inside corner at 95. That's a tough pitch. Probably don't see too many like that in A-ball.
Yeah, if you locate a pitch like that in A-ball, it's probably an accident. You're not going to see that as a 2-strike put-away pitch all that often.
So 2 down for Cal Conley. After Conley, it would be Colin Burgess, but there are 2 gone in the inning. Conley drove in a run in the 7th inning with a single. Takes a ball inside. In fact, that RBI single by Conley in the 7th, the last time the Braves scored a run. 1 run in the 5th, 2 runs in the 6th, 1 run in the 7th for the Braves. And the only Tiger run came in the 7th. Conley laces one up the middle, another base hit. This will score Kilpatrick, and the Braves add on to the lead. RBI single by Cal Conley, and it's 5-1 Atlanta. What a day for Cal with a couple of RBI base hits. Took over in the 6th inning, and he's gone 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. So here is Colin Burgess. First time we've seen him to the plate. Wilver Dung is on deck. 5-1 Braves in the ninth. Pick off to first base, and Conley back in with a dive. Conley swinging a good bat. 2 good trips to the plate today for Cal Conley. Colin Burgess, the catcher, takes a ball low. That's now 9 hits for the Braves today. Good lead at first base by Conley. Held over there by Andrew Jenkins. Big chopper to second. Taken on 2 hops by Max Anderson. He wings it over to first base for out number 3. But the Braves pick up another run. This time on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning in Lakeland. Braves 5, Tigers 1.
Strike 3. Good calls. They're great in baseball games, and they're even better when you need a law firm. If you've been in an auto accident and need legal representation, do yourself a favor and get the best call there is. I'm attorney Ken Nugent. My team will fight for you and stick with you from start to finish, working hard to get your money quick. Give our team a call. 404-CALL-KEN. 1 call, that's all. Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Ken F.S. Nugent, PC, attorneys at law, 1355.
Did you hear? Frontier is joining Verizon. To celebrate, we're launching our best internet offer ever. For a limited time, get 6 months of lightning-fast 100% fiber internet on us, up to 1 gig, when you bundle Verizon Mobile and Frontier Fiber. Visit your local Verizon store or verizon.com/welcome-frontier to switch. Eligible new Frontier Fiber plan required. Availability varies. Additional terms apply.
Hungry? Let the Colonel do the cooking with KFC's $10 weekday buckets. Golden Nuggets on Mondays. Original recipe chicken on Tuesdays. Hot and spicy wings on Wednesdays. Juicy tenders on Thursdays. And Fridays, Golden Nuggets again. Monday through Friday, choose your favorite bucket for $10 each. $10 weekday buckets at KFC. One big deal. Finger licking good. Only available at select participating locations while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra. No substitutions.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free forever to learn more.
Turn on the home of baseball for ML.
On to relieve him, right-hander Blaine Abeda, the 27-year-old out of Martinez, California. Spent his time at Columbus last year, Double-A, 43 appearances, and had 5 saves. So once again, Walt Weiss putting a young minor league pitcher into a familiar situation in the 9th inning, trying to secure a save and a Braves win.
Right on right versus Tomas Nido to lead it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. There's right-hander Abeda. Turns his left shoulder, kicks and fires, and a swing and a miss by Nido. Like the way that Abeda hides the ball. Right-hander comes set on his right hip and just kind of lowers that left shoulder, showing the batter the back of his uniform. Oh, and a Nido. Nido with a fly ball to deep left. That is charged up, ready to fly, and that is gone. And it's now a 5-2 game. Second home run of the day for the Tigers. The other came 2 innings ago off the bat of Brett Callahan. So Nido with a solo homer. And the run that the Braves scored in the top of the inning, they give right back on the home run by Nido. Roberto Campos to the plate. He's gone 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. Braves have gone with Elder, Wentz, Murphy, and now Abeda on the mound. Ball inside from Abeda. Three righties and 1 lefty used on the mound today for the Braves. 1-1 pitch from Abeda. Missed inside with a fastball. Like Like I mentioned, Tigers with 2 home runs today. Braves have hit 1. A 2-run home run by Deshaun Kiersey. 2-1 to Campos. Check swing. Did not commit. 3 balls and a strike. Roberto Campos took over in right field a few innings ago. He's got a 3-1 count here. Tigers hoping for a 9th inning comeback. They've been held down all day. Braves leading 5-2. Campos takes a big hack and a miss. Slider away, makes it 3 balls, 2 strikes. Be a good bounce back for Abeyta to strike out Campos here. Ready with his 3-2. Flings it up there, check swing. And we're off 1 pitch on the count. Now 3-2. See if he goes back to that same selection. Abeyta set right at the belly. Righty fires. And he misses outside. So a home run and a walk. Not the way that he wanted to get this thing started here in the 9th inning. Now Brett Callahan will come to the plate. Callahan homered in the 7th. So we saw his power on full display. Sent one deep down the right field line and out of the ballpark. Just did stay fair. Abeyta brings it, and he starts his batter off with a strike there. Oh, 0-1 on Brett Callahan. Left-handed hitter out of Newark, Delaware. 0-1 pitch. Lined out at second. Knocks down Conley from a knee. Goes to second. They get one back to first. Not in time. That just about took Cal Conley into right field. That was starched right at him, and he fell straight back. And as he's falling to the ground, he stabbed it. And then spun around on the dirt and from a knee fired to second and bounced one over there for the out. And at that point, you'll take an out any way you can get it. 4-6 put out. I mean, that was a rocket out there at him. Fielder's choice for Callahan. He's at first base. And now it's Slater to the plate. Slater swings at the first pitch, pops one up to right field. Closey coming in. This could be tricky with the wind and the sunshine, but he's under it for the out and 2 down. Darren and I were talking about the really good defense the Braves have played this entire game. And a couple of good defensive plays, but especially that one just a moment ago by Cal Conley. Spinning around out there on the infield dirt like a sprayed roach, but still made the play. And 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's Peyton Graham. Abeyta brings it. Front door slider misses. 1 ball, no strikes. We'll have an off day tomorrow. So no Braves baseball tomorrow, but back at it on Wednesday. 1 ball and no strikes. Here it comes to Peyton Graham. And Graham pops one up on the infield. This should do it. Verdung walking in on the grass, makes the catch from his position at first base. And the Braves win it here over the Tigers by a final score of 5-2. For the Tigers in the 9th, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. Final score, Braves 5, Tigers 2. Back with the totals after this.
The Braves and Harris Cherokee Casinos want to give you the spring training trip of a lifetime. Enter now for a shot to win the spring training trip jackpot presented by Harris Cherokee Casinos. Just visit Braves.com/Harris before March 5th, and you'll be in the running for a trip for 2 to Northport, Florida. You and a guest will win round-trip airfare, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Braves on Saturday, March 14th. But you must be 21 or older to enter. Get registered right now at Braves.com/Harris.
Hey, baseball fans, if you've ever dreamed of going on the ultimate road trip, this one's for you. Grand Slam Getaways offers bucket list bus trips designed for fans who love the game and want to travel in style to multiple major league ballparks. All trips depart from Atlanta and include great tickets, hotels, side trips, and even some player appearances. Tours include at least 2 Atlanta road games, so get ready to root for the road team. Check out this year's trips at grandslam-getaways.com. That's grandslam-getaways.com.
Hello, I'm Neil Pruitt, Chairman and CEO of Pruitt Health. The Braves have shown us what happens when a great team pulls together. At Pruitt Health, our All-Stars help you recover from surgery or a major health event. Nurses, therapists, a whole team dedicated to giving you the personalized care you need. Come join the Pruitt Health team. Email hireme@pruitthealth.com. That's hireme@pruitthealth.com. Pruitt Health is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
The original Louisiana brand hot sauce. It's the perfect balance of peppers, vinegar, and the salty tears of Mets fans. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
Braves won at 5-2 over the Tigers and improved to 8-2-1 this spring. Been doing a lot of winning here lately. Time for the totals now. Braves with 5 runs on 9 hits. No errors and 7 men left on base. 1 home run for the Braves, a 2-run homer by Deshaun Kiersey in the 6th inning. For the Tigers, 2 runs, 5 hits, 3 costly errors, and 4 men left on base. Their 2 runs came on solo homers, one from Tomas Nido and the other from Brett Callahan. Winning pitcher is Joey Wentz. Losing pitcher is Casey Mize. Braves now 8-2-1 this spring, and the Tigers fall to 2-6-3. Time of the game, 2 hours, 30 minutes in front of 6,437 at Publix Field here in Lakeland. Day off tomorrow, back into the action on Wednesday. Tell you about that when we come back and close on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Hey guys, it's Chris Domino. Have you noticed a damp, musky smell around your house? Or even worse, water in your finished basement or crawl space? That means it's time to pick up the phone and call the only foundation repair company in Atlanta with professional engineers on staff. Engineered Solutions of Georgia, they offer lifetime warranties from trusted professionals who will fix it right the first time. Do not wait until it's too late. Call 678-ESOG now.
Dial 678-ESOG now.
You need all the energy you can get for game day. Luckily at Georgia Power, we know a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
The Braves and Harris Cherokee Casinos want to give you the spring training trip of a lifetime. Enter now for a shot to win the spring training trip jackpot presented by Harris Cherokee Casinos. Just visit braves.com/Harris before March 5th and you'll be in the running for a trip for 2 to Northport, Florida. You and a guest will win round-trip airfare, ground transportation, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Braves on Saturday, March 14th. But you must be 21 or older to enter. Get registered right now at braves.com/Harris.
The Braves have over 20 gate giveaways this season, from bobbleheads to wearables.